Well, my 150th job is here. Gulp. I don't wanna do this. But. Dick's last resort. It was 1985. Leg warmers and mullets were the rage. Dick was hard up. His big league plans had failed, and opening a laid-back bar full of attitude was all he could muster up the strength to do. Dick's was really his last resort. Thankfully, Dick jokes became synonymous with good food and cold beers, and the first Dick's Last Resort opened with huge success in the West End in Dallas, Texas. Dick's traveled the world, partied with celebrities, had an ex-wife or two, and opened a custom trailer home dealership too. Dick delivered to the world and QVC many innovative technologies, contributed to modern medicine, and wrote over 50 top 10 radio hits. In spite of all the fame and fortune, Dick longed to return to his roots, the place where he could be true to himself. Is Dick real? Hell yes. Is he feisty? More than ever. Will you meet him? Maybe. Because Dick's done dicking around. Visit today to see what he's been up to, taste his new menu and drinks, and get a familiar helping of sarcasm. These days, there's truly no shame in considering oneself to be a nerd. As technology continues to expand and STEAM programs become more and more popular in schools, it won't be long before the world is entirely run by the nerdiest men and women among us. Finally, it's our time to shine. Here are some funny nerd jokes that all of us self-professed geeks will find not just funny, but useful as well. Next time your coworkers are telling their favorite jokes around the water cooler, you'll be more than prepared to wow them with one of these zingers. A biologist, a chemist, and a statistician are out hunting. The biologist shoots at a deer and misses 5 feet to the left. The chemist shoots at the same deer and misses 5 feet to the right. The statistician shouts, "We got him!" Schrödinger gets pulled over by a cop. The cop searches the trunk and says, "Do you know there's a dead cat in here?" Schrödinger says, "Well, I do now." Why can't you trust atoms? They make up everything. A Roman walks into a bar and asks for a Martinez. "Don't you mean a martini?" asks the bartender. The Roman replies, "If I wanted a double, I would have asked for one." Have you heard about the sick chemist? If you can't heal him, and you can't cure him, you'll probably have to bury him. A Freudian slip, ... is when you say one thing but really mean your mother. I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. I can't put it down. I have a new theory on inertia, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. There are 2 types of people in the world: those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. What do you get when you cross a cow with an octopus? Via Dan Dalton. A meeting with the ethics committee and the swift removal of your research funding. A wife sends her software engineer husband to the store. "Could you please go shopping for me and buy 1 carton of milk, and if they have eggs, get 6. Later, the husband comes back with 6 cartons of milk. The wife asks him why he bought 6 cartons of milk, and he replied, "They had eggs." Did you know there's a band called 1023 Megabytes? They're not bad, but they haven't had any gigs yet. Where does Bad Light end up? In Prism. What's another name for Santa's elves? Via Getty Images. John Hicks. Subordinate clauses. Why does a burger have less energy than a steak? Because a burger is in its ground state. Parallel lines have so much in common, it's a shame they'll never meet. How many Microsoft engineers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They just change the standard to darkness. What does a proud computer call his little son? A microchip off the old block. Why is beer never served at a math party? Because you can't drink and derive. Why did the programmer use the entire bottle of shampoo during one shower? Because the bottle said lather, rinse, repeat. What did Argon do when Copper insulted him? Argon had no reaction. 2 antennas met on a roof, fell in love, and got married. The ceremony wasn't much, but the reception was excellent. Why do accountants make good lovers? Via Getty Images. Rubber ball. Dustin Todd. They're really good with figures. A photon is checking into a hotel. The bellhop asks him, "Do you have any luggage?" The photon replies, "Nope, I'm traveling light." A piece of sodium that lived in a test tube fell in love with a Bunsen burner. "Oh Bunsen, my flame, The sodium swooned. I melt whenever I see you, the Bunsen burner replied. Calm down, it's just a phase you're going through. What's the difference between a cat and a comma? One has claws at the end of its paws, and the other is a pause at the end of a clause. Did you hear the one about the pregnant woman? She went into labor and started shouting, couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, didn't, can't. Yup, she was having contractions. What did E.T.'s mother say to him when he got home? Where on earth have you been? Why do teenagers only travel in groups of 3? Because they can't even. A farmer counted 196 cows in the field, but when he rounded them up, he had 200.
Those are not funny, so bye-bye.
Bye-bye, faceless girl.